of the night includes Mr. McJenkins' cow mischievously wandering Charleston yet again. Although there was utter panic from the town's garden committee, the cow had been moved back into her pen. Next up tonight is... This just in, Fort Ticonderoga has recently been taken over by the combined forces of Ethan Allen and Benedict Arnold and their Green Mountain Boys. I am being told that this was a bloodless siege, completely strategic and unexpected. Here's Tijan Nerve on the scene.
Yes, Nagram, it's extremely hard to believe that any confrontation with the British can have no bloodshed, especially after the Battle of Lexington and Concord about a month ago. Yes, it is true that here near the northern part of Lake Champlain, Ethan Allen and Benedict Arnold's forces combined to successfully seize the fort. I was told that their original forces were about 200 men, but due to a boat mix-up, only about 83 men were brought across the lake. As you can see, the British have surrendered and the artillery and ammunition are being... I just received a tip about the whereabouts of Ethan Allen, and he is said to be along the northern wall of Fort Ticonderoga. Mr. Allen, I'm Janet and Nichola, and I'm with Colonial on the clock. Would you mind answering a few questions about this fort? Of course! Was it initially planned for both you and Benedict Arnold to lead the Green Mountain Boys during the siege of Fort Ticonderoga?
No, it was originally not supposed to be the both of us. We were going the same way for the same cause, so we combined forces. Let him tag along. In this account, two heads must be better than one, because just look at the outcome.
How did you lure Captain Delaplace from his sleeping quarters?
First, I persuaded one of Captain Delaplace's sentries into informing me the location of his quarters. Upon my arrival, I ordered him to come forth at once, or I would sacrifice his whole garrison. He immediately came to the door with his breeches in hand, and I ordered him to take me to the fort. His response was, "By what authority demanded it?" I replied, "By the great Jehovah and the Continental Congress."
Thank you, Mr. Allen. Have a great day. This just in, we have Benedict Arnold to interview. Mr. Arnold, can you give us a little more information about the siege at Fort Ticonderoga?
Well, me and Ethan Allen met up at Charleston and decided we'd march together. So, we led 83 Green Mountain Boys to Fort Ticonderoga through the open gates, no less. When Allen encountered a guard, he just struck him upside the head and took his weapon. Sadly, that was the closest thing to violence other than tying up the other awoken soldiers. I would have preferred a little more action, but oh well. Everything else was a piece of cake because they are all asleep.
How would the siege at Fort Ticonderoga serve as a moral booster for the inhabitants of the country?
It definitely brought up all of our spirits, and now we can finally fight for what is rightfully ours, independence. General George Washington and his men can put all these materials to good use in Boston. The Redcoats are probably not too happy that we crashed their slumber party, but whoever said it was okay to sleep on the job? Now it's our turn for our dreams to
Who
come
gave
true.
the orders to siege Fort Ticonderoga?
Although I'm really not supposed to give that information, I suppose it wouldn't do too much harm. The Massachusetts Committee of Safety gave me permission after the Battle of Lexington and Concord. Sounds real safe to me.
Arnold!
I guess that's my cue. Long live independence!
Thank you, Mr. Arnold. But there you have it, folks. The siege at Fort Ticonderoga was extremely successful. I'm Tanaj A. Nerve, and back to the studio with Navarro.
Thank you, Tijan. Well, that's all, folks. The siege of Fort Ticonderoga was a fantastic success. We have plenty of artillery to use in Boston, and more than enough left if we run out. Independence is just across the way. Tune in at 11 for further updates. Next up is the Addams Family. I am Nagram Maratnez with Colonial on the Clock. Have a good evening.
They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams Family. Their house is a museum when people come to see 'em. They really are a scream the Addams Family.
Neat. Sweet.